Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. We got big developments in the disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. Law enforcement has been frantically searching for how many days now? 18 days on the forensic details, and they haven't got anything at this point, but is something around the bend. Some new interviews and a lot to talk about. You ready, Daff?
I am ready. Let's hit
Let's
it.
roll, mother chickens.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cost. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Any clutch, better tighten the pearls. Rough with cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Thank you, Mr. Boyette.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch. Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, mother chickens. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere, and I mean anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here with Daphne and I. Good to see you all. Today is February. I was going to say January. February 19th, 2026. It is 3:16 p.m. on the East Coast. You're a mother clucker. You're a mother clucker, and we love you. Hello, Miss Daff. Good to see you.
Hello. Hello. Good to see everybody. Thank you for having me join you today.
We are together.
We are together.
We are together here. It's one accord. It's one accord.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So Miss Daff was out of commission yesterday. She was taking some time for herself.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, I had the skin thingy cut off my leg yesterday. So doing lots better because it was a month of waiting and just anxiety. But all
you're
went
good.
well. Yes,
You're
all
good.
good now.
You're a rock star, and you got it, girl. You got it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're good and all of that. That's the main thing. So lots happening in the case of Nancy Guthrie. Still, this is the third week, and still no answers. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you.
I think we should go back to basics, right? Like, can she really be that far away? Or can she just be right under everybody's noses?
I think she's probably pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's probably pretty close, in my opinion. And the reason I think that is because you would think if she was farther out, now they're even talking about Mexico and stuff, but, the reporting and that's kind of pulling back a little bit and saying there's not really anything that suggests that she's in Mexico. She could be, she could be anywhere, speaking like that. But I think she is closer to home because you would think that they would be able to match up vehicles, because the further you go, the more likely you are to be seen.
Absolutely.
Right.
Surveillance.
Yeah. People think that, oh my God, like if you move someone to another state or something, well, that's a lot of traveling. That's a lot of cameras. That's a lot of data that they can pull. So I think she is very, very close, right under our nose, so to speak. Guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, wherever you're at, whether you're here or in Daphne's chat, make sure you please hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. Share the live out would mean so much. Copy that link, hit share, copy the link, and drop it in any of your favorite social media. Would really, really appreciate that very, very much.
Thank you.
I haven't thought of it that way, but I agree. Yeah. So most people are within 2 or 3 miles away from their home.
Yes, I agree with that. And they want to stay away from highways, anything that could have working surveillance cameras.
Yeah. Almost all statistically are within 25 miles. And 25 miles is really pushing it. But statistically, we're talking about. There are outliers, of course. So there's all of that. Mama's the bomb. Thank you so much, my friend. Do appreciate you renewing the membership. Thank you so much, love. Ginger 1 of 10. Thank you so much, Miss Ginger. Appreciate you. And Miss Lori, thank you so much. Appreciate you, my love. You receive that. Make sure you can. Sweet Lori, joyous, very kind of you, my dear. Really do appreciate you, and thank you for your support, my love. Thank you so much, CZ. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you, and appreciate all y'all's support. First thing that I want to get to is, guess who did an interview yesterday? Guess who did an interview yesterday?
Could his name start with a C?
Carlos. Mr. Carlos. He sat down with ABC 15 and did an interview. And I want to know what you guys think on this. Because listen, my personal opinion of, again, law enforcement has not said anybody is a suspect in like any specific, or even, I mean, well, I mean, the sheriff, it just depends how you take him. He did say the person in the Range Rover, he said, that's our suspect. I don't know if he meant for that night that was our suspect or in general, but they're still looking for a lot of people, I guess you could say. But I do believe that we will be back at that house that the federal agents was at the other night.
Yeah, I have that feeling as well. And what do you think, Justin? And this is just speculation, of course. What
Mhm.
could this guy here, Carlos,
Mhm.
have in connection with our other, I'm just going to call them like suspects, detainees? What connection could they have? Like, because it all connects to Nancy. And if they're
Mhm.
suspects, then how could they have crossed paths? Or do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Or
Like
did they
what?
cross paths at all?
Yeah, exactly.
Is Carlos, is he not in any way, shape, or form related to this? That's the question,
Or
right?
a vehicle
Now,
used or a place of work, something.
mhm, mhm. Um, again, I'm not saying Carlos is involved in any way, but I still have my eye crossed with him. You know what I mean? When it comes to um, this, how he said some specific things, like how he said he was going to go to prison for that.
Mhm.
That really bothers me. Paige, thank you so much. Can I read that one?
A web sleuth that is trustworthy and has a beautiful soul. Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you so much, Paige.
Aw,
Appreciate you, my dear.
aw, so
Um,
sweet.
hello from Ireland. Hello. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
very
Appreciate you.
cool.
Okay, so let's hear it. This is Carlos's attorney. Now, everyone obviously has a right to an attorney. In fact, the saying goes, if you are guilty, you need an attorney, and if you're innocent, you really need an attorney. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
So I think everyone should always have an attorney. Period.
I agree.
Regardless.
I agree, especially if the FBI and everybody's on your tail.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't seen this, and it's very interesting what he says here.
Mhm.
Let's pull this. Okay, here we go.
We spoke, I guess it was late last Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning. It's been almost a week now. What's the last week been like for you?
It's been hectic. Like I can't even go out. I can't dash for my wife because people taking pictures of us or following us. Like yesterday, we went out dashing. We got home and there was this red truck following us. This morning it was there too. So it's been kind of scary for me and for my wife, my kids, and everybody.
And again, this was something that before that point, it was kind of just a normal Tuesday. Is that what it was like?
Yeah, it was a normal Tuesday.
So his wife DoorDashes, and he helps his wife DoorDash. That's what he means by dashing.
Mhm.
He is a delivery person, if you will, right?
Mhm.
A delivery guy.
And DoorDash does all types of things. They can get food at the grocery store. They can get food at like convenience stores, at McDonald's,
They do shopping for you as
yeah,
well.
any kind of pickups. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my day off. I was working with my wife and everything, and all of a sudden, well, it happened. Like they were following me, and I pulled them over to see what was going on. And after that, been crazy, like nonstop. We're all scared. I can't stop thinking like what's gonna happen to me, what's gonna happen. Like my in-law, my brother-in-law, he didn't even like we didn't even have nothing to do with it, and he's still like they still arrested him and everything. They put him into SWAT car. I didn't know that they put him into SWAT.
I can't stop thinking about what's going to happen to me. Is that something you guys think is suspicious, or is that just a natural thing that, to be worried, right? I mean, I would agree. Like if you're 100% innocent and the feds come at your door and knock down your door and detain your family, yeah, that might be scary. That would be scary.
Be very scary. Yeah.
But he says this, and then he said the thing about in the one interview that we played early on that about him, potentially going to prison. I thought, wow, that's a little weird.
Well, the one thing that got me was when he said that the only thing they got on me was my phone.
Yes.
That really just rang a bell somehow. It's strange.
Yeah. So there's that.
Car. They even detained my wife and my kids. It was scary.
When did you realize? Obviously, they released you late at night.
You can tell he's
we
very
talked to you very
anxious.
briefly, and you got to go home and see. It's kind of a circus out there. It looked like.
Yeah.
What's going through your head when you pulled up back home?
Like, what are they doing at the house? Like, they already searched it. I know they had to go like find evidence supposedly against me, but I don't know. It was crazy. It was still a lot of police there. A lot of.
They've got to go find evidence supposedly against me. Now, one thing I try to do take into consideration is if English isn't your first language, because that can really tamper on how they say things.
Absolutely.
Right. So I try to take that into consideration as well. Bottom line, they had probable cause to get a warrant. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. And to me, it had to be, again, very compelling because, listen, if they went in there and they had probable cause, but it really wasn't enough and they just jumped the gun, this guy is going to be a very wealthy guy. He's going to be a very wealthy guy because you cannot, break someone's their personal affects.
Exactly.
Right? They have the right to their personal belongings.
Not just that, safety as well, because he's saying people are following him around. But the FBI did come back out and say, we don't just detain people because their eyes look the same. They didn't say what they had, what else they had.
Yeah.
But there was something.
Yeah.
Phone pinged or something.
And again, I don't believe, a lot of people's like, well, maybe he delivered a package after Nancy vanished. No. And I use this the same as I use in the Sebastian Rogers case when the stepfather says, well, my phone or my vehicle pinged at 1 p.m. after I got there that day. Well, they don't care after. They know what time Nancy was abducted, right? They're not going to care if Carlos is there 9 hours later delivering a package. That's not going to fit in the timeline.
Nope.
That's not going to work. Right?
Exactly.
So it's not him just delivering a package hours and hours later. It has to be something critical with this case for there to be an actual warrant. And what that is, improbable cause, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Either his phone Wi-Fi connected to something, or location or something.
Hmm. He's very worried here. You can tell.
Oh yeah.
His anxiety is really bad. You can tell it's even affecting his breathing. And we've all been that nervous before in certain different aspects in our life, not for potentially being in a abduction but different, things in our life where we've had that breathing, and it like takes your breath away.
Like when I get on YouTube.
Activity.
That's how I used to be. But look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Do you guys think the eyes match in any way?
I think the eyebrows are different. The mustache right in this area here is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's too short. Like the other guys seem more,
I don't know,
broad too. But then the perpetrator had layered clothing too. So
They didn't even let us go into the house. Like 20 minutes later, once they released me, they still had the street blocked off. They didn't even get off the car or nothing.
Jesse, what comes next year?
Well, I think, from our perspective, the first thing that really needs to happen is that the Pima County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Nanos need to clear Carlos's name. They need to make this right. They've falsely arrested an innocent man. They've subjected his family to misery, humiliation, handcuffs, and there's no evidence. This was a wrongful arrest. It was a false arrest. They've cast this shadow of suspicion on Carlos and his family, and now they're living day to day. They're living in fear. And so the first thing that I'd like to see is Sheriff Nanos and the Pima County Sheriff's Office come forward and say, this was a mistake. Carlos is not a person of interest. He is not an investigative lead. We messed up. We need to see some accountability. Obviously, my hope is they're doing the best they can with their.
Now, again, if we got to remember that this search warrant was not federal. The search warrant that was with the Range Rover and the one with the older lady and the two, that was a federal one. I have a lot more faith in the federal one than I do this one personally, because in my opinion, I do believe that they will be revisiting the federal the federal warrant. But here, if this is a blunder on the Pima County Sheriff's Office, this is not good. And if this man is innocent, he should sue. In my opinion, he absolutely should sue.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Because they did a knee-jerk reaction, in my opinion. If he has absolutely no ties to it, they do need to clear him if he is indeed has no connection in whatsoever.
Yeah, it's defamation of character to him.
I mean, this is one of the biggest cases I've ever covered in 3 years. And this Gabby Petito, Kylie Rodney, Brian Koberger, like nationwide and also worldwide. So yeah, let's see what Sheriff Nanos does.
How much faith do you have in the sheriff's department?
That's a good question. Because I really always try to support law enforcement, because I know it's not as easy as, it's easy for when you're in the arena, right? Like you're in the arena, it's and everyone out there, it's easy for everyone to just judge. You know what I mean? Like when you don't know like specifics of it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. So I always try to be mindful of that with law enforcement. But Sheriff Nanos has been the absolute worst at conveying what he is trying to say to the public. The worst I have seen.
I agree.
You know, he'll comment something and then say he didn't say it.
Exactly. It's not just being a bad speaker. Like, I mean, some of us are just can't. I get like that where I can't say what I mean sometimes, you know. It's just, he flip-flops like you just said, or take back like something you said the day
This is
before.
the thing. If you don't want to answer it, say I can't answer it. Don't
Exactly.
screw it all up.
There you go.
You know, or get a spokesperson. You're the sheriff. You are the captain of this ship.
Yep. You look bad, then everybody looks bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ginger. Appreciate your stupid question. How do they decide when to release a probable cause affidavit to the public? It is strictly up to law enforcement. It'll usually come after arrest. And that's going to be the bare minimum. It's like probable cause is usually about 1%. It's enough to say, oh, okay, yeah, I see how this is tied together to the public. And so it'll generally be after an arrest, how they put the pieces together to make that arrest. So good question.
Investigation. I don't know what the details of what they're doing are in that respect. That's not my department, but they need to clear Carlos, because right now he and his family are going through a nightmare where they look out the window and there are suspicious cars driving past their home. They don't know what's next. And so, you know, it's just clear that whatever mistakes were made, Sheriff Nanos and Pima County need to fess up, and they need to clear Carlos so that his family can begin rebuilding and moving on.
You know, and we asked the sheriff that even just this morning, and he said everyone they detained, because there was another person detained last Friday, right? And they said they were cleared to a point, was his wording. Has there been any evidence presented here? You know,
I have never heard a sheriff say they are cleared to a point. I've never heard that ever.
Cleared to a point. Like, you're half cleared. 2 quarters.
You could see this guy's reaction, this attorney's reaction. You either, again, don't answer the damn question or say yes or no, or we just can't answer that. Cleared to a point. Watch this.
And he said everyone they detained, because there was another person detained last Friday, right? And they said they were cleared to a point, was his wording. Has there?
You see that?
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing I've ever witnessed a sheriff. Like I say, I think it feels like Sheriff Doofy from Scary Movie.
I agree. And and not to get off track, but that reality TV series that they had just come out, and I know that Nancy doesn't have anything to do with that, but guys, that's just the strangest thing ever. You have this reality TV series that they just started, right? And the episodes are starting to come out. You just had one come out, January, like the middle of January or the end of January or something like that. And then poof, Nancy goes away. And then I heard something like, oh no, they're not going to do a episode on Nancy or something. And I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're related in any way, but Pima County Sheriffs, they do have a new reality show coming out.
Yeah, Desert Law. Yeah, some people don't know. Yes, the
Mhm.
sheriff's office has a reality TV series called Desert Law, Annie.
Mhm.
It's nuts. Mhm.
Carlos stated that his phone pinged around Nancy's area. As soon as he was released, he did an interview. Phone pinged close to Nancy's house. I mean, again, uh, I think that they have to have a good probable cause for them to get in there. And
Mhm.
if they didn't, shame on them and shame on the judge who signed it, if that is true,
Mhm.
right? If it was just because of his eye color or his eyes, the look of his eyes, and his phone pinged around it, now that's still not enough.
Been any evidence presented here? You know, I know they mentioned their search warrants, right? And it's not just them searching willy-nilly, but from what you've seen and what you've heard, is there evidence here that makes this?
No, there's no evidence whatsoever. You know,
I'll be
they.
covering it.
Our understanding is that they obtained the search warrant they obtained that allowed them to search Carlos's vehicle and his family's property through the use of a secret affidavit. As far as we know, that affidavit is sealed and remains sealed. And, you know, our suspicion, our
Very
educated
interesting.
suspicion is that this has something to do with cell phone pings, which everybody knows are unreliable. And, I mean, it's their job to come forward and say what evidence they have is. I mean, the fact that they.
Okay, so a secret affidavit and cell phone pings right there. So we're not going to see that affidavit. It's sealed. And cell phone pings. Now, cell phone pings can be unreliable, yes. But again, I hope that the sheriff's department has did their due diligence and cross-checked and verified where those pings are. Now, Carlos has said that he was nowhere near around Nancy's house that night, right?
Correct. Could he be using what is it? I cannot even think.
Not a VPN. No.
Yeah, there you go, VPN or something.
This is cell phone pings.
Yeah. I don't even know then.
Yeah.
I mean, other than, but they would have already eliminated that if within seconds, if he or his wife would have dropped a package off somewhere or groceries or something. That's easy to eliminate.
To his, I'll call him his mother-in-law. They were there all night long. Carlos stays there on the weekends and, visits his family while he's off work. So, Army Vet says Carlos is being portrayed as a victim, yet then why is he doing so many interviews? Nothing but 15 minutes of fame leech. I mean, either way, I think, if he has absolutely nothing to do with it, I think he's, trying to take it as far as it'll go with his attorney.
See, the strange thing, though, right, is where he works. And I'm not going to say where he works, but is in that area where the mask, the glove, where the FBI was searching. There's like this cluster of this location, right? And you have where the items were found, you have his job, you have a family member's house or business down there. So is that a coincidence? I don't know. Could that be why maybe something pinged in that area? Maybe. I don't know. But for the sheriff to say he's half cleared, I mean, that's just...
Well, he's talking, not him being half cleared. It was the sheriff was talking about with the home. The other home.
Oh,
Yeah, not him half cleared.
I thought we were talking about him being half cleared. Okay, so the other, wow.
Mm.
Wow, okay.
They went after Carlos so hard and then let him go. And it's obvious that they had the wrong guy. It's obvious that they messed up. And they need to actually say the obvious, though. They need to repair the damage they've caused.
Carlos, when did you realize that your name had your name, your family's name, it spread over the internet really quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, that same night, I noticed, like, as soon as I did the interview, I went inside. My wife was on the phone, and on TikTok, the news everywhere. It was like that happened. Like less than an hour, everybody knew what was going on. We were my mom, my dad. My dad's backstory wasn't. They were trying to, how do you say that was my dad that did it when it was like I was detained, and they brought his past life back, and like it's, I don't know.
And it's not just
Now, Carlos doesn't have really a criminal record. He has some thing when he was like a minor, but he does not have really a criminal background history, which can may mean something, may not mean something. We just don't know. The person who was polygraphed yesterday called in a tip. Yeah, we're gonna get to some of that.
it's bad enough if you're accused of something you didn't do and it's a minor crime, a burglary or something like that. It pretty much accused you
Kidnapping
of at that point, and still probably maybe the most famous crime going on the planet right now.
Yeah. No, I want to know why.
When you mentioned that night that you weren't necessarily mad at the deputies, that they're doing their job. They were, you want them to find whoever did this, but obviously they had the wrong guy here, right? Does that still how you feel?
Yeah, I'm frustrated that they didn't do a good job at it. They just went with supposedly a tip they had, but they could have done things differently. They could have walked to me and asked, like, "Hey, where were you there? Where were you?" But they didn't. They did force. They used force, and I felt like I was being kidnapped.
And again, we talked about it that night, but this case has gotten a lot of attention, and that's why it went so kind of famous on the internet. But up to that point, you hadn't heard anything about this case?
Nah.
Didn't know who Nancy Guthrie was?
Nah, all I do is work and be with my kids and my wife. I don't follow the news. It's something for me that I don't like.
So never something you wanted to be thrown in the middle of here?
No, and I'm here.
What's it been like? I know you've had conversations with your kids and your wife and the rest of your family just in the last week. What have you guys talked about?
Well, they're mostly worried about me, like what's gonna happen to me, because like my lawyer said, they haven't apologized publicly, or they haven't said I'm not a person of interest or anything. They just left it like that. So we're still worried. My in-laws are still worried too, like what's gonna happen.
Appreciate you, my friend.
And my brother-in-law too. Said my oldest son doesn't even want to go to school. But we're still trying
Yes.
to get through this.
It's gonna be tough too for your kids. Just going to school. It's upended their life too. It's not just yours. Yeah. Has there been any conversation and I don't know if it's for you, Jesse, or not, but has the sheriff's department reached out at all privately? We haven't heard really much publicly, but has there been any contact since then?
No. So we've notified the Pima County Sheriff's Office and the Pima County Attorney that we represent Carlos, but they've taken no steps to contact us to clear the air. We requested the return of his property. The only thing that was seized during the search was Carlos's phone, which has his driver's license as part of the case, and they still haven't returned that, or as part of the phone case. They still haven't returned that. We think we're in the process of making arrangements to have that returned as of Friday, but it's very hard. When we've reached out to them, it seems like it's very disorganized. It's very hard to figure out who's in charge over there. And my number one concern right now is that in all of this rush to judgment that's happened, that they just don't want to take accountability and admit that they did wrong.
you know, and I know you don't follow.
It's got to be one or the other. It's got to be either they don't want to take accountability or they know a hell of a lot more and they're just waiting for it to all come together, right? I think Carlos is 5'8", if I remember correctly, 5'8".
Yes.
They said approximately the person that did this is anywhere from, I think, 5'9" to
5'9",
5'11",
5'10".
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be either or.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Okay, you sent me something down. Okay.
Yeah, about the electric company thing.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
But they had another person detained. Looks like they towed another car. I know they didn't tow your car, but they towed another car on Friday night. And this may be for both of you, but when you watch that and they already did it once to you, and it looks like it's happening again to somebody else, I mean, what does that make you think? What goes through your head when you see that?
I think they're just guessing. They're just a guessing game to them. I don't know. They're just playing with people's lives right at this point. If they don't have no evidence against anybody, how are they going to keep on doing this stuff to innocent people?
Yeah.
And I mean, just, I don't know, but it kind of worries you as a person, right? If doing this to just kind of willy-nilly into anybody, who's next?
It should be a big deal to people, no matter what their political stripe, that the government has this power to come in, cast a cloud of suspicion on somebody, destroy lives, and then retreat and act like it never happened, and give statements like, "Well, everybody's been cleared to a point." That's not enough. It's meaningless. They don't have evidence. They made a mistake, and they need to come forward and admit it.
Will your life ever be the same?
I don't know. At this point, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be the same. Like he said, they cast a cloud on me, like big time news and everything. I don't know if it's going to be the same.
Alfonso, anything on your mind? Anything else I should have asked you, or anything else you want to make sure we hit on before? I always hate making you drive all this way and then we talk for 10 minutes and I send you on your way, but I think that was perfect and you said it very well. So
yeah,
I'm good as long as.
I think Carlos just wants to be done with this.
I can imagine. I didn't realize too that they still haven't gotten the phone back.
No.
Yeah.
No word from the police. No, nothing. They, like you said, they haven't reached out to me or to him to apologize. Nothing.
Well, I'm sorry you guys are all having to go through this, and I hope it all calms down soon here.
I just hope they get the person and be done. Right now, I'm everywhere right now. Like, I don't know what to do. I can't hide.
Yeah.
What they did after what they did to me, I don't plan on staying quiet. It's not right. Like he said, it's the federal, the FBI. How could they be so inaccurate with their evidence and all that? Like, I don't know. It was wrong the way they acted.
Wow. It's hard to believe they kept you there all that time.
Well, they had me in the Miranda car first.
Yeah, okay.
That was like until 4, 5, 6, until like 8 at night. That's when the Pima County Sheriff replaced the Miranda.
So they stopped you at what, 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
And then it was 12:30 or 12 that we
almost 1 in the morning.
Almost 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
Did it feel like that long when you're sitting there?
That felt longer. Yeah, and then being handcuffed with your hands behind your back when supposed to be just detained. My shoulders were hurting, and I don't know. It's just.
I mean, you're only supposed to be detained for a certain amount of time. And there's I can't remember how long, but it's not like an extremely, you can't hold someone just
24
there.
hours, I think.
I can't remember.
I think 24 hours, I'm pretty sure.
Let me see. Very interesting.
It was a bad experience.
I was glad it ended.
So there's that. Thoughts on that, Daff?
24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
I'm just going to stick to my first thought. There has to be something more, right? Now, I'm not saying he had anything to do with it, but
Right.
maybe he did cross paths somehow, or wrong place, wrong time, something. They're not just going to detain him and not clear him
Well,
for no
and,
reason.
the
There has
sheriff,
to be something.
yeah, the sheriff's department, they have not spoken out on it either.
Mm-hmm.
To say, okay, it was a blunder. I mean, I think if they did that also right now, it's going to make them look really bad.
I
Before
agree,
there's,
Nancy.
what's that?
Well, Nancy says she just disagrees with me. I agree with that because the sheriff too. So the way he is. But wouldn't you want to, Justin? Wouldn't you want, if you know that this person has nothing to do with it at all, wouldn't you want to hurry up and clear them so they don't sue you?
It doesn't matter. They're going to sue you either way. You're getting sued either way.
Yeah.
You are getting sued either way, brother.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. It's if you detain somebody without, and there's just not sufficient probable cause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When did the electrical work take place on Nancy Guthrie's home? Early January, approximately the 6th. Need full version of original online paperwork to confirm permit for the work expires 1/6/27. Let's look at this.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting.
Okay. Check this out.
Should
Guys,
I
if you're
like-
just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. Okay. When did electrical work take place at Nancy Guthrie's? It was in early January, approximately the January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Need full version of original online paperwork to confirm permit or the work expires 1/6/27. So she was having an electrical upgrade done.
Mm-hmm.
More ampage in the, like most houses are a 200 amp or a 400 amp, right? And she was getting it upgraded. Oh wait, here it is. Emergency electrical panel upgrade. Currently no power at home. Old 200 amp panel needs to be replaced for a new 200 amp panel at the same location. So she just did another, I guess she just put a new box in.
Yeah. Looks like by that mother-in-law suite, but I could be wrong. Do you see where do you have the photo where it's circled in red? Okay.
What is one of the time frames investigators are asking for home surveillance footage from those in the area? So they are asking for January 1st to January 11th. So this would also be whenever this upgrade was taking place. Right?
Mm-hmm. Remember, they wanted, the camera footage.
Yes. Yeah.
The back
1st
camera.
to 11th.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm.
And which door were the locksmith and safe workers at yesterday? Or the other day? The door below the damaged floodlight, the right next to one of the electrical panels, which was replaced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want to explain this, Daff?
So it says in the area that's circled in red is the building where the camera, where they missed it, I guess, in prior searches was found. So the area circled in red is where the pieces of the camera was found, it says. Where is it? Where it says, The area in blue is where the damaged floodlight was. And then it says here, this is the southwest corner of each building on Nancy's property where the electrical work took place. So this area that has the blue circle and red circle is where the electrical work took place. And it's mentioned because the blue area is where the damaged floodlight is, and also where the broken piece of camera is. So you have in that same area where the electrical box was fixed, that's where the broken floodlight and the camera was broken in that area too. So coincidence? I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. I mean, people have work done on their homes all the time, right? She was having this electrical upgrade. She also was having a lock changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, this was afterwards. Wasn't it? The lock was changed.
The lock
So,
was just changed yesterday or
yeah,
the day
just
before.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. She seems to have, there's the pool person
Mhm.
that's been by there. They've had the lock upgrade or the lock change. Perhaps landscaping people. So it seems like she had different services coming in and out of this house often, right?
I agree. She was fixing up stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that why he was loosely familiar with the property, because he was the one who repaired her panels? And we are talking about the electrical upgrade.
Yeah, and we had a photo of that guy too that did the electrical work, and I'm trying to find it again because then again, he's got the same, in the eyes, but he has got lighter color eyes, which I still believe this person, the perpetrator, has green eyes. I don't know, or hazel eyes.
So the January 11th, Michael Roots is saying, new this morning, I'm told that on January 11th date and specific time frames between 9 p.m. and midnight also surfaced during the FBI canvass of Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood when agents were asking neighbors for home security video. One of the neighbors canvassed then made a post on the Ring app. The FBI did not immediately respond to a request for comment. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says it is seeking video from a wider range of dates from January 1st to February 2nd. That's a long time to be seeking different dates, but it seems like the way that Michael Roots is putting it here, that the FBI is really seeking January 11th between 9 p.m. and midnight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the very interesting thing about that.
Yeah, I think that the perpetrator had been at the home prior, maybe even a couple times prior. And I still, like I was telling you earlier, and not to change the subject, well, not really, but, and I know I'm going to say this wrong again. She had on January 30th, and this was for her birthday, where she'd have like a group of people over to play that mahjong game. I don't know if I'm saying it right. But anyways, and it even stated that she was showing like the newer generation how to play. So could some of these people be people that she met out in town or something and invited them over to play the game? You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's very possible. Whoever, you never know who she had in her house. I'd like to see the searches too. Yeah. And with the searches, the reporting is that there was someone looking up her and her daughter, Savannah Guthrie,
Mm-hmm.
before she had ever went missing,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird.
And remember, we spoke about this in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did a quick Google Trend search because we used that in the previous with the Ohio dentist case.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see where someone had been searching and searching and searching for, in that case for them, the address and stuff. And it came up as Columbia. Somebody in Columbia was searching up Nancy's name. Now, I didn't really search other search inquiries in there, but just her name. And it said Columbia, like back in, was it November or something? Like middle of November, or no, January, excuse me, the middle of January.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone was able to do some other searches, and they found out that they searched up Savannah and Nancy's address or something, right?
Okay, thank you. Yes, they did. Yep, absolutely, sure did.
Mhm.
What is this? Okay, thank you for sending that. I'll show that here in just a second. This may be a little bit low, but this is very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to turn it up because someone.
This individual had a motive as he was going into that house to commit a crime. Now, that could have been burglary, it could have been assault, it could have been multiple different reasons, and Nancy could have been targeted for any of those. It's likely something went wrong inside that house. Nancy got hurt. That's evidenced by the blood that's coming out of the door. And then that individual panics. And then they try to hide what they've done. They try to hide evidence. And that would include Nancy potentially if she was mortally wounded during that. This individual had a motive as he was going into that house to commit a crime.
I mean, yes,
Mm-hmm.
he had a motive, but again, I think this person, I still just don't think this person was just doing this random ass robbery by any stretch of the imagination. They were either hired or they had a bone to pick with Nancy, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because if you're going there between, let's say, 9 o'clock and midnight or so, 9 o'clock and 2 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're pissed. You're pissed about something.
Oh,
right?
yeah. I
You
think,
show up on someone's doorstep
mhm.
after 8 p.m., you're pissed about something. Like, let's roll, mother chicken. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like,
Yep.
you're mad.
Get your gloves out. Yep.
Like, that is
Mhm.
losing control of yourself.
Absolutely.
And if you pay someone, you don't want to get your hands dirty, but you want it to be taken care of, so to speak.
Yeah, and usually people that are paid to clean up for you or to do something for you, they're pretty experienced, don't you think?
I mean, there's not a lot of true professional hitmen. If that's
Mhm.
there's not a lot of true professionals like you would see with like the Russians or the mob or something like that. But
Mhm.
I don't know. It's the thing about it is that she's an 84-year-old woman, very vulnerable
Mhm.
to begin with. And for you to, meaning not you, but for a person or persons to go in at dark with an 84-year-old lady who has a pacemaker, a hearing aid, and is very vulnerable to begin with, you're a piece of shit to do that. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that, like
Someone with no soul, yeah.
it's already, someone catching someone at night like that is vulnerable already.
Mhm.
Not to mention an 84-year-old lady with a pacemaker without a hearing aid.
Exactly. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. How are you going to do something to an 84-year-old lady who has a pacemaker and her hearing aid out? Like, you're just evil. That's just BS.
I mean, just what can an 84-year-old lady actually do to you like that?
I know. Ugh.
I think it boils down to money. It boils down to money at the end
I
of the day.
agree. I agree. It has to. Like, what else? Vengeance,
Yeah. Or you're not supporting me anymore of whatever.
Mm-hmm. Same, Autumn. Same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if it was done by a Mexican cartel, it would have been done with the blessing of the cartel, and they would have probably reached out to somebody to do this kidnapping. Former U.S. Marshal Robert Amonte says the cartel shouldn't be counted out in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie just because the Pima County Sheriff says signs doesn't point to a cross-the-border criminal. Again, I don't think this is a Mexican cartel by any
No.
stretch of the imagination.
And 6 million to Mexican cartels is like pennies. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
What the hell? What? How would Nancy be connected to a freaking cartel?
Exactly. And cartel, that you'd have to pay them a lot more money.
I don't see Nancy selling blow.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, come on now.
And who's gonna, I understand you can drive through, for the one to go over the border. There's one area where you can go over the border. And I think it does green light, and they stop every 5th or 6th car or something like that. But still, who's going to take that chance if it hits red on your car and you're smuggling someone? I don't think someone's going to do that. And you sure as hell aren't walking with an elderly lady that has trouble walking to the end of her driveway.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Juju,
don't see it.
I don't either. Thank you so
No.
much, Juju. Justin, what do you think about a romance scam gone wrong? That's interesting. You never know. At the end of the day, I think it's less likely. In my opinion, I think it would be less likely, but you never know. Their elderly can become very lonely. They can become very vulnerable. You can have someone that gives them attention, and they will shell out the money as well. Even people who you would never suspect. So it's very possible that I would suspect that way before I would a cartel. Personally.
Yeah. And if it was the cartel, they wanted money, they would automatically, if they sent the ransom notes, they would automatically do the trades, in my opinion, right away. They'd want the trade quickly, not wait, right?
Anyone that was doing this for money in the beginning, or to begin with, is going to want money.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, again, you're not going to be holding an 84-year-old woman with a pacemaker, without her medicine, and all of this. As we get older, we age. The older we get, the quicker we age. Does that make sense? That's not the word I'm looking for, but we age faster as we get older. What's not the word?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But and already at 84, kind of like at 80 years old, you're kind of what I call on God's years anyways. It's just very, very much likely. You think it's a secret stalker of Savannah's, Justin? I still don't know. I mean, personally, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think this has anything to do with Savannah. I know Savannah is, even blaming herself on this, but I still
Mhm.
don't think that this has to do with Savannah. It could be, um, but
Unless,
again,
yeah, I don't.
I would think this is I would think it's more random than even Savannah, to be
Yeah, I
honest with
agree.
you. I
I
don't really
agree.
think this is random at all, but we're going to go to that in just a minute. PGH, we're going to go to that.
Well, what
Megan
about
Kelly.
now? What about now with the new Google trend somebody found? Them looking up Savannah's net
Well,
worth.
I mean, but this is the thing. Type in any celebrity. Go to your
Yeah,
Google right now, and it's going to say one of the top searches is going to be net worth.
yeah.
That's
I
human.
even,
That's
yeah.
human nature. We check
I
salaries all the time.
I typed in my name earlier, just Daphne's case files, because I wanted to see like what it, and it peaked in July, like 100 people in July, just on this one day. It was probably Janie searching. Just wait until I show you what happened. Yeah, it was probably her. It was odd.
Oh, Janie. So, in my opinion, they hired. They maybe pulled this off. Are probably pissed because they still have not gotten paid and possibly deeds gone. See, I don't think it has to do with money. I think it has to do with money. The reason this happened, but I don't think these persons are interested in getting money to return her, because I don't think she was ever. I don't think she's been alive.
Yeah, I believe I'm with Justin. I believe they were paid to do something, and that's why we haven't heard anything else other than these clowns with ransom notes. I think are faking them, in my opinion, or just I don't know. I'm with you, Justin. I believe that's why there's hardly. And in my opinion only, I feel that the perpetrator is either very experienced or has some type of training in the military or maybe former law enforcement. That's just my opinion. I don't know for a fact.
Yeah. I disagree with that. But
No, I know.
my opinion's different on that. But could be. And why no proof of life? Because I believe she's not alive.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people's like, well, why not just give them the money? We cannot start negotiating with everybody who's this crazy lunatic
Mm-hmm.
and that starts sending in emails, because then it becomes, oh, well, let's just pay this scammer ass who's doing something egregious. You might catch him, of course, but you've got, they're already if this person has Nancy, or they know what Nancy's doing, they already have an advantage over you. Big ass advantage over you. So you've got to have some firm ground too. Okay, we'll pay you, not a problem. But you're going to show me my mother. You're going to show me my mother, because it's a two-way street.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, put the ball back in your court somehow.
This is a two-way street. So, all right, you want money? We'll give you money, but you're going to show me my mother, and then you can get the money. That's how we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Something. They haven't tried to show even her a picture of her hand or nothing.
No, listen.
Nothing.
There's no reason why they can't send
Nothing.
a photo, a video, something.
Something. Even her voice can't do nothing.
Yeah, it's truly ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous. Okay, I want to play this real quick, and then we're going to go to Megan Kelly.
So Mexican cartels are involved in it. They specifically targeted Mrs. Guthrie because of who she is, and also her family members, specifically Savannah Guthrie. And that's what the Mexican cartels are about. They're about making money. So I think if they specifically targeted Mrs. Guthrie, it was to make some money. One of the main things that the Mexican cartels are involved in on a daily basis is kidnapping. So although there's no evidence to point to that right now, I would always believe that would be a possibility. I don't think the person in the video is going to be a mid or upper level cartel member himself. I think he was, if this does involve Mexican cartel, I think this was done with the blessing of the Mexican cartel, then they probably reached out to somebody to do this kidnapping. And again, I think we need to consider the possible involvement of the street gangs there in the Tucson area also being involved.
Nope.
I disagree. I mean, I think there could be potential gang activity or
Mhm.
even some sort of not very I don't want to say organized crime, but like low tier, people making money, doing, I don't want to say hits or anything like that, but they just do
Cleanup crew or something. I don't know. I don't know what else to
Okay,
call
all
them.
right. Let me see here. Okay. We're going to go to Miss Megan Kelly. She's a rock star, in my opinion. I love Megan Kelly.
Yeah.
She's really taken up. 1 second, please.
Yeah, I do too. The
Sorry
Justin
about that.
screen. Oh, I didn't know if we lost you or something.
Yeah, sorry, gonna answer here. But Megan Kelly, she's been really defending like the
Podcasters, yeah.
the podcasters and stuff like that. And she's like, listen, MEGYN. That's how she's spelled it.
I like this lady with the long blonde hair. She's a former FBI agent. Yeah. She's great. Yeah, she's great.
She's amazing. She's amazing here. Okay. Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you please hit that thumbs up. We're so grateful for each of you guys being here with us and sharing your time. If you would please hit that thumbs up and hit the share button. Share us in any of your social media. It would mean so much. Portia, good to see you. Thank you so much. Could the perp have been unalived the person that hired them after, like, oh, I see what you're saying. They sent it after they sent in the first few ransom notes, destroying the trail. Like getting rid of the person. It's possible to cover your tracks. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. But I would think that the perpetrator who would have done this, you would think that their family members would have said, we've got a family member missing or was unalived, because they have family members too, right? The perpetrator. They got family members too. Now, is it possible? In my opinion, yes. Anything is possible. Is it probable? In my opinion, not likely. Does it happen? Absolutely. I think this, again, I think we're going to go straight back to the individuals who the federal warrant happened in that Range Rover. I believe we'll be back.
I feel like the Range Rover has more to do with it than the actual people for some reason. I don't know. Does that make sense? Because the what is his name, Luke, and all them, they're already in the system. So wouldn't they have already caught like their DNA on something when they put it in CODIS and all that? Not even CODIS, like
It depends. It depends. You know, I showed you guys, and there's another interview out about this. It's very, very interesting, and I think it's one of the most interesting interviews that I've seen with the about the pawn shop guy. When the FBI comes there and they're showing certain pictures, and the guy at the pawn shop said these were not everyday last names.
yes.
Not everyday last names.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's very interesting.
I do too.
There's a new interview out with him, and we can go to that here shortly if y'all want to.
Mhm.
I'll look again, Faye. I'll look right now and see what Nerdy is going on with Nerdy.
Oh, the one we're talking about, the police pulling up, or the
Are you
that was-
talking about President Donald Trump comments on a podcast that Barack Obama indicates aliens are real? Is that the one you're talking about, Nerdy shared? Sorry. He made a big mistake giving out classified information, Trump said. Sorry.
or the one where the guy's throwing a bunch of gloves. That I almost
Oh,
died.
okay.
That's so funny.
Yeah. At the same location where an individual was previously seen walking with a backpack about 0.4 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home with reflectors, the shoulder area, a police vehicle is observed pulling up 10 minutes later and making a U-turn. Damn, look at this. We'll come straight back to Megyn Kelly.
Yes, that's the one with the driveway, right?
Yes.
Okay. That wasn't the same night, though. That wasn't it last night?
I don't know when this was.
Yeah, I'm looking. Hold on.
I love the driveway, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's a beautiful driveway.
Mm-hmm. Wait, is that Nancy's driveway?
No,
Yeah, I was about to say. Wait a minute.
this is 0.4 miles away.
Okay. Yeah, that's a cool driveway.
Where's the reflectors? I don't see the reflectors of a person walking.
No,
Am I
this is posted on the Ring Neighbors app just minutes ago, approximately 0.4 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. Note the reflectors on the shoulder area of the backpack.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
of
see
the
the
back.
reflector.
I don't see
So-
no. Oh, I see. I see. Hold on. Let me send this to you.
Maybe I'm overlooking it.
I think there's two videos on. Hold on. Come on.
Oh, is there one
You got-
below it? I can pull it up if there's one below it. Oh, here it is. Here we go.
You
I
got it? Okay.
Oh,
I
here
was
we
like,
go.
You got
Oh,
a two
look at
in one.
that.
Yeah.
Now that is interesting.
That looks like a
When-
heavier person, though.
No, they got a coat around them. I used to do that in school.
Well, yeah, in like middle school.
I would, tie my coat around me, like around my.
Yeah, me too.
When was this posted on a Ring Neighbor camera app just minutes ago? Approximately 0.4 miles from Guthrie home. Note the reflectors. But when was it? Was it recently?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Doesn't make sense if.
Hold on, I'll find out. Hold on. Is this new and real? Come on. Same kid leaving my house minutes later. Hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. Last night, he says.
Okay, well,
I think that was closed though.
It's very what's very creepy is there's a lot of night activity that people are just not aware of when you're in your bed.
I agree.
You know what I
there.
mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's everywhere actually.
Well, you would think
I
to see
mean,
more animals than people
well, I mean,
walking.
well, I mean, like if you have a home camera and you live close to other neighbors, like in a neighborhood, you would be surprised, like what's going on in your neighborhood at night.
Yeah. I don't
Or
ever see anybody where I live, but nobody's walking that far.
yeah.
About Nancy Guthrie, but the odds are it had something to do with the rich daughter. I mean, I think that's probably the smarter bet.
Yeah, I disagree with that part. But
Fox News reporting. This is the headline. Internet user, they don't know who, searched for Nancy Guthrie's address and daughter's salary before Today host's mother vanished. This is literally breaking after the discussion we just had. It's crazy. I don't know how you can tell this. Fox News is citing Google Trends. An internet user appears to have searched for Nancy Guthrie's home address in the weeks prior to her suspected abduction, Google Trends shows. Last week, the FBI released a description of the individual seen. They're talking about the guy, 5'9", 5'10", with the Ozark Trail hiker backpack, other identifying items. Hold on, read more. Fox News Digital has learned that mysterious Google searches for Nancy's address and Savannah's salary occurred before her disappearance. Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina Foothills between June 21st and June 28th, 2025 by someone in Arizona. They can tell you exactly.
June 21st. When was that? Was it June or does she mean January?
No, I think she's talking about June for one of them.
Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina Foothills between June 21st and guys, listen to guys.
Shit,
It could have just been about Nancy Guthrie. Literally don't know. Last week, the FBI released a description of the individual's home address in the weeks prior to her. An internet user appears to have searched for Nancy Guthrie's home address in the weeks prior to her suspected abduction, Google Trends shows. Last week, the FBI released a description of the individual seen. They're talking about the guy, 5'9", 5'10", with the Ozark Trail hiker backpack, other identifying items. Hold on, read more. Fox News Digital has learned that mysterious Google searches for Nancy's address and Savannah's salary occurred before her disappearance. Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina Foothills between June 21st and June 28th, 2025 by someone in Arizona. They can tell you exactly where the search came from. The address was searched again once on January 11th, 2026.
There we go.
January 11th, mother chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means? January 11th is a very important day, I feel like, in this case.
Yeah, I do too. Wait, when was the guy there again? The electrician?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. When was it? I just read it just a little bit ago. They wanted to know, it was when they did the electrical upgrade, the FBI was interested in January 11th between 9 p.m. and midnight.
Yep.
You froze.
Oh, I'm looking up Google Trends. I'm sorry, because I wanted to get.
Yeah. I mean, they specifically said that, but the FBI specifically wanted January 11th between 9 p.m. and midnight.
Yep.
And let me hear that again.
9 p.m. and midnight.
Before her disappearance. Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina Foothills between June 21st and June 28th, 2025 by someone in Arizona. They can tell you exactly where the search came from.
Okay,
the address was searched again once on January 11th, 2026. That's one of the dates that the sheriff's office is asking people to check
What?
their Ring cameras for. This is getting creepy.
It is
Justin,
very creepy.
I don't see it on there. When I put in Nancy's address, I don't see it in Google Trends for June. Is that weird?
But
Or
it was with Nancy Guthrie and Savannah Guthrie with that one, with the salary.
yeah, I didn't search the
So
salary.
we don't know what specific
Her address.
inquiry they searched.
Yeah, I looked up her address, but I don't see anything.
Yeah. Nancy's was in January 11th.
See, I don't see.
Very creepy. Very creepy.
The
Yeah.
January 11th date also surfaced in a message on the Ring camera app. Yeah, he's this guy's in my head. Let's see. A Pima County Sheriff's Department captain replied to the post asking users to look for the verified post. Okay, Man questioned. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading live. Where's the part about him
good lead.
searching?
That's a very good list.
Pre-offense
Savannah's-
behavior. We talked about this week.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, stand by.
What do we always say here? It's not even it is, but it's not. It is what happens during the crime and after the crime, but really the days, weeks, and months, what leads up to a person disappearing, being unalived, is many times more important in finding what happened. And that is seemingly what's going on here as well.
Mhm.
What happened around January? Oh, definitely premeditated. Definitely premeditated.
My crack producers texted it to me. They can read faster than I can. There were two separate. Which one is it, Debbie? Is it which text? You have three from you here. There were also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One, again, sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. Oh, Google image searches, guys. Google image searches, in addition to like just typing in the Google.
I got a question. Now, the sheriff has said that the family is cleared as of now, and then he said it again, as of now. But my question is, Daff, do you remember something happened with Tommaso and Annie? When did they sell their car? They sold that little car in the spring.
Yeah.
But then they bought. Isn't that when they bought their house?
They bought. Okay, so I want to say June. Hold on, I have the stuff here. Hold on. They bought two properties, I believe, in June 2025. And that was the one in Florida and the one in where they live. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I know that. Here, is this it right here?
I got it.
Give me
I'm
a
just
sec.
waiting for it to pull up.
Oh,
What's that?
I was just reading something. Inspection, but that's
Yeah, they
yeah. Inspection was
there was
done.
something happening. Is it here? No,
Hold on one
it's not
second.
it.
I'm looking.
Let me play this so we can.
Search bar. Okay, also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One was sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. The other was between November 30th and December 1st, 2025, specifically looking for images or a map of the home. In addition to the address, in the days leading up to Nancy's disappearance, quote, Savannah Guthrie's salary was searched from Tucson sometime between December 13th and 20th. For comparison, CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, who grew up in New York City, generated one search for Anderson Cooper's salary in the New York City area between March 29th and April 5th. Fox News' Sean Hannity also grew up in New York, and Sean Hannity's salary was searched once between May 3rd and 10th, 2025. Whoa. What do you make of this?
Yeah, we've been talking about this since the beginning. Victimology, about our victim, all the family members, friends of family members, but then going to the offender himself. What were they doing in the weeks, if not months beforehand?
Bingo.
One of them is obsessive, internet interest and usage, and who's looking up the parties here involved in this particular case. And of course, that includes starting to buy materials, backpacks, ropes, all these things, the Uncle Mike holster, whatever's in there. But it's no surprise to me at all, as we said earlier, and my partner and I are going to put out on our Cold Red podcast later today, the full profile of this person. The pre-offense behavior includes this type of activity. And if anyone knows the person, and their computer has those images locked in there somehow, or a search history, that's a person we're going to talk to. And the tip
Here we
line should
go.
be
I got
called.
it.
Yes.
You got it?
What do
you got the other one though, right?
Well, I think this is an absolute treasure trove. I mean, as Fitz said, this is the advanced reconnaissance. This is the research that's done in advance on a potential prospect. So I think there's going to be some reverse engineering against the IP address, which Google no doubt will be able to attribute to those searches, to actually see any other history, any other IP-associated data searches that have been undertaken throughout this period from 2025 right up until obviously the date of the incident itself. So yeah, this is a very useful bit of a lead that can be now hunted through, and with Google's assistance, that they could be obviously warranted or subpoenaed to assist them on this. And ultimately, this is the sort of thing that Google would love to, no doubt, to be able to assist them with.
I mean, so you've got, I'm just trying to go through the timeline here. So you've got November 30th, between November 30th and December 1st, someone searched for an image of Nancy's home. On January 11th, someone searched for Nancy's address and had also searched on June 21st, between the 21st and the 28th. So in the summer of 25, they searched for Nancy's address.
So one owner, this was Annie Guthrie, June 14th, 2025. This is when they sold their 2013 Hyundai Elantra for $9,000. And when did they buy their home? When was it?
Well, the one in Florida was the June 30th that I sent you. I'm trying to look for the one here. Yes,
So
2025.
2 weeks after this.
Well, yeah, and then so they bought two homes and sold their car in June 2025. That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they sold the car to help buy the house. I don't know.
But why buy? I mean, who buys two homes in a month? That's what I don't understand.
Well, yeah, and then the other business too. That's right in the area of where everything is. It's kind of strange, but hey.
One is a rental, yes.
It's a business.
A lot
It's
of
like
people refinance their home to do improvements. Yeah. Why are my comments getting deleted? I have no idea. Mods, please do not delete any comments unless they are extraordinarily vile, right?
exactly.
You can disagree with us. They can say, I'm a poopy head. They can say I wear way too much makeup, more than Dolly Parton on church Sunday, and the preacher don't like it. I don't care, as long as they're giving their opinion, right?
Diamonds, thank you. We love you too. Thank you, honey.
I make fun of myself, so it's I don't take this stuff serious. Like I don't take the comments like,
Yeah.
oh my god, Justin, you're this, you're that, whatever.
Yeah, no, I like when people comment, even unless they're being, really.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
unless they're saying something vile about like the victims or something like that. That's the only time that
Yeah.
people refinance to buy cars, boats, jets, skis, motorhomes. And also, Ratui, it may not be just yours. YouTube has been filtering out a lot of comments too. And make sure also, just for the chat, make sure you're on the all chat. There's like that's a little button up there, because if it'll say top chat, YouTube filters out comments. So you may not even see some of the comments. So make sure every time you go into a chat, you put it on all chat. That way you see every single message.
Exactly. Because if you wonder why it's not moving, that's why it's on top, and YouTube automatically puts it on top chat.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's go.
They block tomatoes.
The word tomatoes is
yeah, YouTube is quirky.
This is interesting, but I mean, it's anytime you buy a house, refinance a house, do construction, anything like that, it's very stressful. People get divorced for that every day.
They sure do.
You gotta make a payment, right? It's hey, Lakeside, good to see you. I know I don't understand it, young Black economist. I don't understand it at all. You would think that it would just automatically be all chat. Okay.
Then again, 2 weeks before the kidnapping, on March 1st and 8th, between March 1st and 8th, they searched for images of Nancy's home. And then again on November 30th and December 1st. Again, now we're coming up to within 2 months of the kidnapping.
Yeah.
And then on December 13th, between December 13th and December 20th, somebody searched for Savannah's salary. Now, I will say this, as a news person, they often search for your salary.
Right.
Like, I've seen that,
very
because
normal.
there's
That
all
is
sorts of
very
speculation online about.
It's very normal. It happens to everybody. It happens to YouTubers. It happens to Hollywood celebrities.
Not me.
News.
But...
they'll put their name and then they'll put net worth. Right. That is, I don't take that as anything strange whatsoever. What I take as strange is particularly the January 11th.
Searching her address. Yeah. Yeah.
Tommaso, he worked for a private school, and, like I told you in the beginning, when all of this was coming out, from what I have been told, Tommaso has liked a certain lifestyle, allegedly. Oh wow. Trump just said something. Okay, I'll play in a second. About Nancy.
What my salary is, what all news persons' salaries are. By the way, they're like incredibly off, like so off every time. They never get it. There's a whole video on YouTube about my lavish lifestyle. I'm like, oh, let's see. What do they have? Like, literally nothing in there is mine. Not the house, not the car, like nothing. I'm like, okay. It's all fake, but
it's good they're getting them wrong. It's good they're getting it wrong.
Yes.
It's very good. Yeah. But it's so weird. Like, things are made up. So, but I'm just saying,
always wrong.
It may not be as exciting as we think.
They said Savannah made about 10 million a year. I think it was 10 million, they said. But again, they're wrong. It's wrong for YouTubers. It's wrong for all of them. I can tell you.
That they search for Savannah's salary, because they do that when you're a public figure. But it's just it's very eerie to see they searched for that. And within 2 weeks of that, they were searching for images of Nancy's home. And within 3 weeks of that, they were searching for Nancy's address. Now, we don't know if it's the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask
But if
you.
these
Yeah, that's
searches
the
come
key
back
thing.
to the same person, Maureen,
Yeah,
wow.
I think if they can actually join the dots together, and if it can be attributed to the same IP address for those searches, albeit in those different periods, that falls into what we'd call a traditional planning cycle or attack planning cycle. So, there will be the selection of the potential prospect to kidnap, if it was indeed a kidnap. They would then revisit, they'd look at that site again, see if there was any changes, see if there was
Who is this guy? He's very proper.
any alterations. Certainly if that, but I wouldn't have discounted, which is why all these Ring and Nest cameras of neighbors is going to be so essential to see if there's any repeated behavior. I mean, in the small area that she lives in, Nancy lives in, there will be a very easy pattern of.
What's that?
I was being silly. I was like, do you want to smoke in a pancake?
I do,
Off of
darling.
Austin Powers.
Smoking a pancake?
Yeah, Austin Powers. Going to have a
Is that what he
smoke in a pancake. I don't know.
Can Google Earth Pro get involved with the live footage of places at the time period of her going missing? I don't know about Google Earth Pro, but there are private there are a couple private companies that can. I really think in the next there's going to be a lot of privacy laws and stuff about this, but especially in America, I figured that the whole world will be surveillanced. Like, there'll just be like cameras up in outer space, and you could just zoom on like your street where you was walking down the street 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, the government shit, they can already do that, but they don't.
Yep.
They generally won't do it because they don't want us to know the like foreign adversaries what they can do and stuff. So,
can I show you guys something?
Just like with the Malaysia flight MS, whatever, I can't think of it right now, but
Big Brother. Yep.
Yeah. Kidnappings in Mexico of Americans in Mexico isn't uncommon. You're absolutely. I have been to a couple Middle Eastern countries, in South Asia countries, and you have to, you should have, and you can pay someone pretty cheap to watch you, because if you are an American, particularly light-skinned and blonde hair, they are going to try to kidnap you. There are places, and it happens all the time. So and I think this is going to become, unfortunately, even problems here in the United States for it. It's scary.
It is very scary.
Yeah. Camila, there she is, girl. How you doing, baby? Thank you so much. One of my oldest girlfriends right there. Love you, Camille. Appreciate you, darling. Good to see you, honey. Yeah. Oh God, that's not good. No, it's not good. If you go to like India, Pakistan, some places you have to be very careful. Very careful. Mexico as well. So diamonds are a girl's best friend. Love you, Justin.
Love you.
You work together amazing. Thank you so much, Miss Diamond.
Thank you, Miss Diamonds.
Yes. Thank you so much. Everyone will be dyeing their hair dark and wearing collared contacts.
I just do mine blonde because it hides the gray a little.
Yeah. I've been every color under the sun. So, but
Me
I generally stick with blonde for me. But I actually think dark hair is the prettiest and dark
Mhm.
eyes. I think you always like something that you're not.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I
Always.
mean? Straight hair want curly hair want straight hair.
Yeah.
But I find the most attractive people dark hair and dark eyes.
Dark brown eyes or green eyes. I like green eyes.
I
Yeah.
got green eyes.
Yeah, I love green eyes. I think they're beautiful.
They're the most rare.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Mine
go
are
to
gray.
Colombia. Exactly. Exactly.
You want my? I
The
got
ve-
blue green eyes.
What's that?
Blue gray eyes. Mine are.
You got blue gray eyes.
Yeah, gray sometimes. Weird.
I have dark hair and green eyes.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
Like
Welcome, Miss Ava. I do mine blonde to hide the gray, but my natural color is blonde. Daphne looks so pretty and just.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Vehicles
you.
associated to the residents in that area. Any other vehicles other than delivery vehicles, if they're privately owned, will be very easy to identify, whether they be, vans, trucks, whatever it might be.
Especially at 1 o'clock in
Maureen,
the morning.
why, yes, why would they be, and I don't know, and what I just quickly read, they didn't source this to law enforcement. So it's possible they say Fox News has learned. Okay, so it is sourced to law enforcement because there's nobody else who's calling Fox to tell them that they did this. They learned
It's
this.
probably part of that public-private.
Law enforcement? Why would law enforcement want us to know this?
Well, first of all, it's a big lead. Secondly, they're not driving by this house in June and on these other dates well in advance of the abduction with masks on or at nighttime. So, I mean, I just think it would be fantastic if one of these clowns got a ticket on one of the speeding cameras, because the speeding cameras don't record, but they do take your photo when you're driving through and that light goes off.
Thank you, Miss
And boy,
Camille.
wouldn't that be a bonanza of a tip.
Or a Tesla camera, or the neighbor. Maybe that's what they're doing with the neighbor's Ring cam. Maybe it's not even about getting, they've already checked that one perhaps for the night she disappeared. Maybe they're going back to see whether anybody did a drive-by
daylight
on any of these dates.
Exactly.
Daylight stuff.
Which they still should have done weeks ago, but that's okay.
Yeah.
International disputes, inflation, rising.
Okay. Want to show you Mr. Trump.
Did you
Just
get that
spoke
text
about-
I sent you?
Let
sorry.
me check.
Yeah, I mean, it's no rush.
Nancy, boy, it's so crazy, it's so bad. I didn't like when they were talking about going after the pacemaker and before they even started going after it, they're coming and reporting it. So, if in fact they could do it that way, the person would say, "Well, I'm not going to let that happen," right? So bad things would happen if he's not going to let that happen. I can't imagine why they would have done that. And just in terms of strategy, just one little piece. I don't know, but we have to start reporting on other subjects also and see what happens. It's a very sad situation. If the whole point I have to take off. I'll come back. All right? Yeah, thank you. Maybe I don't have to. Have a good time. Thank you. I think you have to. Sit down.
He said, "Sit down." He told everyone to sit down.
He's funny.
Let's see here. This vehicle was sitting down the road in late November 2025 by Nancy's home. I got him.
It's probably nothing, but you know how I'm a weirdo and I look at maps all the time. So when you're at the neighbor's house, so her neighbor is the one that does the like mineral rock shows. And allegedly it actually happened. He had a mineral and rock show in town close by where all that stuff was found and stuff like that. And these two guys actually stole something out of there, like some kind of gold something or another, like
Really?
from the rock. Yes. I have the videos. And one of the guys actually kind of looks similar to the perpetrator and has like white shoes and stuff. But so people were thinking, well, maybe, you know, allegedly, what if these guys actually try to find this neighbor's house and went into the wrong house, which I don't believe, but it's a possibility, right? Because they wanted to get more of the minerals or rocks or whatever this guy sells. You know, the guy with the long blonde hair, he's the one that does the minerals and rocks. So anyways, long story short, I went on the Google Maps, and when you're right by Nancy's house or almost right at, just like, I don't know, maybe like 100 feet, there's this strange dark colored SUV just sitting off the side, just sitting there. And I'm like, it's in late November though, 2025, but could somebody be stalking your home before then? You know, I don't know. I just thought it was weird to be sitting on the side of the road right there. There was nothing going on.
It's possible.
I don't know. It's the same color as the Range Rover.
Anything is possible. 1 second. Hold on. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think they'd go to the wrong house. And yeah, it was just kind of, you know what I mean?
Is his glove torn?
You can see like a little pen hole.
A lot of people say his glove is torn.
A pinhole, like in the
motherfucker? Who is he?
There's a slowed down video that's really good of this, where you can see him turn on the bite light right when he was walking into, before this whole
debacle.
Yeah. And someone's like, where's that coming from? I'm like, it's his bite light. He has it in the side of his mouth.
Love you too, Camille. And she loves your hair, Dan.
Oh, thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Much. Appreciate you very much, Dan. Or Camille, sorry.
I'm pretty sure I retweeted myself. So let me see.
You retweeted yourself. Okay.
Yes, I got it right here because I wanted to show it to you and I didn't want it to get lost.
Yeah. You want to send it to me and I'll play it?
Doing it right now. There we go. Yeah, you could see him bend down and he turns the bite light on for just a second and then he turns it off. So this is someone that knows how to work that bite light pretty good. You know what I mean?
I think it's interesting. I mean, I think whoever this is, like a bite light is something you're going to probably something you're going to use with your profession, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I would never think of a fucking bite light.
I know, me either. I didn't even know they freaking made that shit.
So, you know, someone, in my opinion, like a garage. You know what I mean? What's that?
And I was like, a dentist, maybe? No. Yeah, no, I know a garage, or who else uses them? Let me look it up. I mean, he really knows how to use it pretty well too. I mean, I don't think it's hard to use, but
here, let me make this bigger so you guys can see
yeah,
it.
watch. Because it looks like he has a headlamp, but you don't see any lamp underneath his ski mask. It's definitely the bite light.
I mean, I know he's got clothes underneath this, but to me, he's got a big ass. Like he's thick in the ass part, you know, his hips and stuff.
Hip area, yep.
An electrician, yeah, some electronics. Plumber or something. Installers, yeah.
Pilots use bite lights? Huh.
Why would a pilot use a bite light?
I don't know. Pilots, particularly during the night flights, are the primary uses of a bite light. What? A small hand-free flashlight held in the mouth to manage cockpit tasks while keeping hands free for controls.
Oh, okay.
Theater technicians, anglers.
So what are you trying to what are you talking about this about though? Like, what do you mean?
Okay, so see when he was walking in, how you saw a light flash? It's right in the beginning. You see a light flash. Watch. Right
Oh,
there?
okay. Yeah.
That's his
Mhm.
bite light. But it's hard to tell because it looks like it's coming from his head or somewhere
Right.
else. But that's his bite light coming from his mouth.
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
They need to release more video.
Mhm. Oh,
They
yeah.
need to release more video.
I agree. See?
He's got these white shoes on.
Mhm.
Look at the way he walks. That's
It's a
what's
bite light.
interesting to me. He walks from heel in his side.
Mhm.
Everyone, like whoever,
Yeah, look at
listen,
that.
people who are local, they know who the hell this is right now.
Mhm.
They know who this is. Somebody knows
Oh,
who
yeah, he
this
does
is.
walk on his heels. Look at that.
Yeah. He goes heel side, heel side, heel side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he's a ballet dancer or something.
It's just the way he walks. Mr. Enton is in Mexico. Yeah. Have a fiesta. Let's go. How you doing? Brian Enton is officially boots on the ground in Mexico, speaking to locals about the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. I think this is a pretty much a dead end lead in my opinion, but that's just me. But it's, something for him to do. He's been there damn 3 weeks.
Crossed into Mexico. I'm in Nogales right now, right on the other side of the border from Arizona. And I'm talking to people about whether or not they have heard of the Nancy Guthrie case. It's super interesting. Most of the people I've talked to so far haven't heard of the case at all. They had no idea. We showed the picture of Nancy Guthrie, and they knew nothing. A few other people said they saw it on the news. So it is on the news over here in Mexico. It's just weird because we're right across the border. And another woman was saying she saw it on social media.
Absolutely.
She saw it on TikTok. So it's interesting. I'm just going to walk. This is Daniel, photographer, translator, because I don't speak very good Spanish. But we're going to just walk around Nogales and see. Again, it's just like this is where you would cross over if you were trying to come from Tucson. It's like an hour. It was very easy to get in, which I'll show you guys later. But it's interesting that so many people haven't heard of the case over here. It's right across the border.
Yeah. Listen, I think Robin put it in chat just a minute ago. Think about this. Your loved ones, you can tell who it is. If you saw your loved one walking, we all have our own unique walk, just as we all have our own unique look about us. We equally have our own unique walk. No two people walk the same. We don't. I hope he gets some real Mexican food. Well, the oldest Mexican restaurant is in actually Tucson, and that's what Savannah and her mom did 3 months ago. FBI trying to keep media off. Dominic, they must be watching his move. I know they whenever they get ready to do an arrest or something, they throw everybody off, which is good. I'm glad the other day that whenever all of that was, when this detainment was going on the other day, that they threw everybody off, because you don't want the suspects to be they already kind of knew probably that they were coming to their house. They know that this is the thing. If you know you did something, right, and you're watching the media live or us YouTubers live, and you know that SWAT just left, you're going to be on edge, right? Whether the media is in your neighborhood or not, they just fucking left, and you don't know what the media knows. You know what I mean? So I think it's best. You know what I don't like? The sheriff said If it's the team goes out, then they catch anybody, reporters, YouTubers, they're going to arrest them. What does that mean? You know what I don't like? The sheriff said if it's what team goes out and they catch any. What do you
So
mean?
so basically what she's trying to say is if they catch anybody chasing like with the raid or anything like that, like if there's another SWAT, that they're going to arrest them. Yes, I heard that this morning. Following them. Yep.
I'll be honest with you, that could get a little tricky for them. Because you
right.
You cannot. It can be tricky both ways. Because law enforcement can say you're interfering with an investigation. That's where they could get you.
But then you have to
However, you have the right to travel, and they can't restrict that.
and media.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a first, and for those of you who don't know, before I was even a creator, I used to help out First Amendment auditors on YouTube and very huge channels now. So it can get very tricky for them to do that, but also law enforcement can enforce certain things as well. So I think that might be a thing that they said to want people to what's the word, to intimidate the YouTubers and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't get it. He says he wanted more tourism and more eyes on Tucson. He's getting it with all the media coverage. So why does he want?
He's a dumbass. He is a dumb ass, and I support law enforcement through and through. But this man is a dumbass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jim Fitzgerald and Raymond Carr are retired FBI agents who co-host the Cold Red podcast. Great to have all of you here. Tracy, what do you make of this latest note? Again, no proof of life, no proof they have her, and another demand for $6 million, this time in cryptocurrency.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Elizabeth. I'm just going to echo what I have been saying about these ransom notes. I believe they need to obviously be passed to the FBI. There's no question that all of them need to be looked into. You know, it's not up to TMZ or really anyone to decide whether they're real or not. However, I think media outlets need to stop giving them the media attention that I believe these individuals probably want by sending these. Because the problem is what happens, and I think you and I have talked about this before, they get more and more and more, the more public reaction that they get. And then that ties up the investigative resources that they need to be kind of snuffing out legitimate leads. And so that's kind of where I stand on that.
And then before I turn to James and Raymond very quickly, Tracy, what do you make of Enton's reporting, Brian Enton's reporting that the FBI is in contact with Mexican authorities about the Guthrie investigation? On one hand, it seems like it would make sense, just like, hey, have you seen her? Keep an eye out. Do you know, have you heard anything down there that might be suspicious in nature?
Well, first of all, I agree with Brian in that I do not think that this is a cartel operation. However, I did say on the second day of this investigation that the FBI did need to be talking to their legal attaché office in Mexico, at Mexico City. I think that that is necessary in a case like this, especially when they are this close to the border. I am certain they have gone through Border Patrol videos, all of their electronic surveillance to see if anything pops up. But engaging with Mexican authorities, in my opinion, is something that actually should have been done very early on in this investigation.
I think
James
that's a
and
good
Raymond,
point, Rob.
the two of you.
That's a good point. Searchers need to be on horseback too. Why hasn't there been anything on horseback or anything? You'd think that would be very important. Rocky's Yvette says they're no closer to solving this case than they were 19 days ago. Maybe.
I couldn't agree with that.
I think they are. I need to find that thing about the I have it somewhere of the pawn shop, this new pawn shop thing. It's very interesting. Let me
Oh,
find
with the yeah,
it. Yeah.
with the guy talking, yeah.
Have been using your vast FBI experience to come up with a profile on who the possible kidnapper might be. What can you tell us about this profile that you've come up with? Either one of you can start, and then whoever doesn't start can continue.
Well, we've kind of broken this down into 3 sections. We broke it into the pre-offense behavior, the post-offense behavior prior to the video being shown, and then the post-offense behavior once the video is shown. And when we look at the traits that they've exhibit, the behavioral characteristics, here's the individual's mission-oriented, and it has fantasy-driven behavior. Some of the things that are occurring here, you're looking at online searches that involve restraints and surveillance. Practicing routes, they've done some dry runs here. There's a great interest in law enforcement and in media cases, what the media is doing. They're also hoarding behaviors. In other words, they're collecting bags, containers, tools, gloves. They use prepaid phones, burner emails, and they've been monitoring social media posts obsessively, maybe even the post of Savannah Guthrie herself.
James, what does that tell you about who this might be? And does your profile, do you believe this is connected to Savannah Guthrie? She is a nationally known television morning show host, quite famous, quite well known, quite prominent. Could this be related to her?
Sure. And I believe Elizabeth was with you that Monday night after the abduction that Ray and I were on, and the first word I used with you, one of them, was victimization. And it has to look at Nancy Guthrie and every part of her family and friends of the family from there, and the work on concentric circles outward. I'm not blaming anyone in the family, but do they have friends of friends that know about Savannah's mother living there wherever she does? But if I can pick up where Ray left off, the post-offense behavior is important. And this is what people I want them to look at out there. Someone they know who's acting this way now, because his life has changed, some of it by his own doing, some not. He's experiencing observable mental strain, sleep disruption, potential for increased substance use, alcohol or stimulants, over-explaining whereabouts or creating unsolicited alibis, hypervigilance towards police presence, cleaning vehicle interiors repeatedly, disposing of bags, gloves, clothing, sudden deep cleaning of residence, burning or discarding of other items there too. So if someone recognizes this behavior, not all of them are going to match in. Look at the video. If the person has a Tucson connection, even tangentially, call the 800 tip line, because the FBI would want to talk to you about this.
This is all fascinating and helpful information. Again, this is behavior people should be, if they're observing this with someone they know in their lives, this might be a sign this person had something to do with this.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app.
Thank you, Mr. Chris. We appreciate you. Okay, so check this out, guys. This is I want to. This is the gentleman, Philip Martin, co-owner of Armor Bear Arms in Tucson, says FBI agents visited his store with 3 pages containing photos and the names of roughly 18 to 24 people, asking whether any had purchased a firearm within the past years. He's actually, he says he'd actually given me a list of people with pictures and names on it. And he wanted to know if I could help him pull up in the system if any of these people had ever purchased a gun. Okay, now listen to this. He's going to say something very important in here. And this also makes me think why they are going to go back to the person in the Range Rover and the house with these names. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Rutui. And I think the FBI will be back with this. There's another one he did as well. I'm trying to find.
Yeah. Did you get it? I just sent you.
Sent me an article, right?
There's no video on it.
Tuesday to Thursday, one of those days that an FBI agent had came in, and he said he was an FBI agent and he was looking for some help getting some information on some names of a list that he had. He had a paper, well, 3 papers with names and photographs. And originally I was kind of skeptical. I didn't know if it was a hoax or if it was somebody trying to pose as an FBI agent. And so I asked him if I could see his badge. He showed me his paper laminate badge, the one that he can unfold and show you with. And so I looked at that. He also lifted up his shirt and showed me his FBI badge. And I looked closely at the badge that he had handed me, and so it seemed pretty legit. And I said, sure, I'm willing to help you. And so he basically gave me a paper, 3 papers, and all of them, I want to say there was probably 6 to 8 people per sheet. And he wanted to know if I could check on our system if any of those people had purchased a gun in the last year. And I was looking at the photographs, and I said, you know, I'm no investigator, but.
And, you know, and Ratui, you're absolutely right. The sheriff, he came out and said that, how did he say it? We can't confirm that, or something like this about
Yeah,
that.
it was something roundabout
And
way.
it's like
Yeah.
he wonders why there's reporting of him trying to overstep the FBI. He wonders why, because it seems like he does that. Right? I mean, the FBI was here, for God's sakes.
Based on that video I saw of that kidnapping that happened with the Guthrie case, I haven't been keeping up with it. But I said, based on that video that I saw of the kidnapper at the house who was caught on camera, the facial hair that I saw on the video reminds me a lot of these photographs. And he kind of smirked and laughed, and he was like, yeah, that's why I'm here. And then so
he's looking at these photos, and they say, you know, he's like, well, this, you know, looks familiar to the, you know, I guess the Nancy Guthrie, you know, the mask guy. And he's like, that's why I'm here. Now, listen to what he says about the names.
I was like, wow, so my intuition was right. But long story short, I helped him. I went over to my computer because the POS system that we have is set up to where if we type in the last name of somebody, it pulls up their whole profile, you know, first name, last name, address, phone number, all of that stuff. And I went through all 3 papers, typed in the last names, and nothing showed up. So that none of those people had been to this gun shop. And a lot of the last names, honestly, were very uncommon. I wasn't familiar with any of them. We know quite a bit of our customers pretty well. And
the last names were very uncommon. And that makes me wonder, are these like Jordanian, you know, Middle Eastern names? Are these, you know, Italian? I mean, we all come from somewhere, our last name, right? But regardless whether our name is Irish or Italian, there's still very similar, you know, like there's a lot of, you know, if your last name is Denver, you know, there's a lot of Denvers or what are they, Smiths, you know, there's a lot of those. But
Yeah.
if it's like, if you're like perhaps newer into the country, or
And we got to think of it like that too, because in this particular area, you do have a lot of Hispanic people. So he's saying it's a last name that's not, you know, heard of a lot, which you probably do hear of Hispanic last names there, because there's a lot of Hispanics that live there, a lot of mixture, right? But like Justin said, maybe not a lot of Middle Eastern, or maybe not a lot of like Italians or stuff like that. So I agree with that.
I'm familiar with last names, but none of the names honestly were very uncommon. I wasn't familiar with any of them. We know quite a bit of our customers pretty well, and I'm familiar with last names, but none of them popped up and I wasn't familiar with them. few that obviously didn't look like, not every single person looked exactly the same, but I would say that 80% of them were Hispanic. I'll say that 80% of them or more were Hispanic. And then the other ones,
pictures.
to be honest, I don't know why they were on the list because the facial hair wasn't even there, but majority of them had that facial hair. And then that majority, I would say, were Hispanic.
Now, you know, and I does he know that they're Hispanic names or Hispanic faces?
Sounds like faces, he's saying.
Yeah, but
the faces looked Hispanic, but the names, it seems like he was talking about something completely different.
And think about this. They were highly interested in Carlos at one time. Right? Carlos would identify as Hispanic.
Yeah.
As well. It's I think it's interesting.
He says he knows his customers too.
Yeah.
A lot of his customers.
John Gray, writer from Facebook, says the two most interesting developments in the Nancy Guthrie case the other day involve a search and a comment. The search is reports that the FBI has been visiting Pew Pew stores or pawn stores and stuff like that in the Tucson, Arizona area, showing dozens of people to the GUN shop clerks and managers, asking if they recognize any of the faces making a recent purchase. GUN ownership is fairly common in Arizona, so this makes the search for people with the GUN that much tougher. Who knows? Maybe they know something that they're not telling us if they catch a break. The comment came from the county sheriff telling the media that none of Nancy Guthrie's family are being looked into as a potential suspect in the disappearance. He says that that they've been cleared for, that they nothing to look at as far as right now. They've been cleared, right? But what's interesting to me is, again, if you are a felon, you're not buying a gun.
Yep, or if you don't have exactly, if you're not a
Unless, I mean, but let's be honest here. A lot of felons have pew pews.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right? I mean, people who are criminals don't follow the law.
Exactly.
But they usually don't get them at a GUN store.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, Zach was pulled over in the Range Rover again. Let me so interesting. Did you okay, one second. 1 second. Okay, go ahead. You're good. Was you going to say something?
No,
Okay.
I'm just saying, the criminals, they get their guns in the black market.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if, you know what I mean? And then it's popping up that maybe this person isn't in the system. So,
update: search mothers of Sorina joins effort to find. This is brand new.
Weren't we supposed to find out information yesterday about the CODIS? About something with the, I thought.
It didn't come back. There was no hit. What is this? This is brand new.
Oh, yes. I just was looking at that.
Information leading to an arrest in Nancy Guthrie's disappearance has doubled. A private donor is now offering $100,000 more to 88 Crimes' $2,500, and there's still a separate $100,000 reward from the FBI.
We're also learning that the man detained by investigators last Friday night says he is not involved in the case. His lawyer says he and his mother were detained while law enforcement served 2 search warrants, but says there was no link to the Guthrie case. We're also learning investigators have collected biological evidence at Guthrie's home, which is still being analyzed. Former law enforcement that we have spoken with say that every day that passes is still important.
13 News reporter Sean Mahoney joins us live from the Guthrie residence with more on how the investigation could change as time progresses. Sean?
Yeah, well, Mary Dan, you got to go back to the beginning of the investigation to kind of get the full picture of that, specifically the ransom note that we received here at 13 News. Now, in that ransom note, the timeline of when the alleged abductors would have returned Nancy if the demands were met gave investigators an early lead into the search radius for Guthrie. But as time passes, the possibilities of where Nancy Guthrie could be only extend. However, former investigators that I spoke to say that law enforcement is still in a good position right now, even if time may affect how this investigation operates moving forward.
It does dramatically change as time passes the ground that they're going to have to cover.
As we enter day 18 in the search for Nancy Guthrie, it's been clear time is of the essence, not only because of Guthrie's health conditions, but for where she could be. A range former federal investigators say widens with each day.
From the beginning, it's treated, nationwide and perhaps internationally. But the longer it goes, then I think it does extend out.
Rumors have circulated that the FBI has reached out to Mexican authorities in this search. In a release today, PCSD would not confirm those reports, but how would an international search change this investigation?
There's certainly, relationships in place and systems in place, but I can't say that it's not more complicated.
While more complicated, Frank says the FBI does have many posts in Mexico, making for easier cooperation than other countries.
We have what's called legal attaché offices or in the embassies.
However, he wouldn't extend the search there quite yet.
Quite frankly, from what I've gathered, I think they're still keying on somebody local.
Recent search warrants show investigators are still honing in on Tucson. The question is if this search is still looking for Nancy alive.
It's a difficult balancing act because there's been, no proof of life, but also there's been no proof of death.
Hillman says during his time as a detective, a case doesn't go cold until a year has passed. Until then, only the evidence investigators have to work off will shift their thoughts on Nancy's condition.
I know people want answers. They want to know where she's at. And we're kind of in an instantaneous society, but it just takes time.
Time, Frank says federal investigators still have on their side.
It's perseverance. It's just a matter of sticking through it. And that's what I think, law enforcement in general, and in particular the FBI, they will persevere. And, I have confidence that it will be solved.
Now, something Hillman mentioned to me that's important to remember is that right now, we only as the general public probably know about 25% of the totality of evidence and details into this investigation that law enforcement knows. So while it was a quiet day here at the Guthrie residence, investigators are working hard behind the scenes to try and bring Nancy home.
Okay, I'm not really thrilled with his reporting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, John. You are just absolutely amazing. Oh, you're
Have a
just
great
trying
night, John.
way too fucking hard to talk like a journalist, Sorry about that, folks.
Just smoking pancake.
Sorry. It annoys me when they try really too hard. And it just annoys the shit out of me. I'm sorry. But he is handsome. That's all that matters, Carol. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like the ransom note is the only reason they are looking in Mexico. It's a red herring, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I see you. I think there's nothing to it. It's sad that people play games like that.
Yeah. What was I going to show you? Damn, I was going to show you something. Bear with me. Nancy Guthrie. There's someone wrote, who's the breaking point? Does anyone know who the breaking point is?
Yes, I've heard the breaking point. I think it's like a conservative thing or something. Or maybe it's I swear I've heard that name before. You have an article or
It's a thing that they posted.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're legit.
Allegedly, they're legit. I'll say it that
Yeah.
way.
I want to say my daughter
I just
went
wanna
through.
I just wanna say that I cannot confirm this, what they wrote. Do your own research, form your own opinion. Um, but they
Oh,
wrote,
that's
what no one is talking about. Nancy Guthrie demonstrated her generosity by gifting her daughter Annie a substantial $295,000 down payment, the purchase of a $650,000 home, resulting in a $355,000 mortgage that ostensibly eased the financial burden of the young couple. First of all, they're not young.
Mm-mm.
Second of all, how did they know that?
Exactly. I think I wrote something on there actually.
How do they know that?
I was thinking of the turning point. I apologize.
Uh,
The breaking point.
Now we do know that Nancy has refinanced her home 3 or 4
Mhm.
times, but again, we cannot independently verify this. So, take it for how
Yeah.
you will. Um, While this was undoubtedly a thoughtful act from a devoted mother, it sparks curiosity about long-term sustainability given that Annie's husband, Tommaso, is employed as a middle school biology teacher, a role with a modest salary that might strain against mortgage obligations, property taxes, and everyday expenses without supplemental income from Annie's work as a poet
Mhm.
and jeweler and other undisclosed resources. I mean, listen, to me, it's like, you know, a jeweler, you might make money, but, she's probably selling respectfully, like, rocks that she found under a cliff and she polishes them. You know what I mean? Like that kind of jewelry. Uh, and, whoever, a poet that's, makes a lot of money, not, doesn't sound, I don't know.
Yeah.
Intriguingly, Tommaso was the last individual to see Nancy alive, having dropped her off at her Tucson home shortly before her abduction, which has intensified scrutiny amid reports from journalist Ashley Banfield labeling him as a prime suspect. I don't know. Did she say prime suspect? I don't want to put words in her mouth. I mean, she indicated, in my opinion, that he was. They were looking at him, at least,
Yeah.
based on law enforcement sources and subsequent impounded of Annie's vehicle. This confluence of financial aid affordability doubts and suspicious timing suggests potential overlooked elements, such as underlying family disputes or monetary pressures that could have unraveled the narrative rather surrounding Nancy's disappearance.
Mhm.
Again, what I have the most problem with out of all of this, when they said that, the family's cleared. And again, they're saying the family's cleared. However, I say this every single live. Why were they there 5 times? Why were they
Mhm.
searching 3 hours one night? Lights off, like trying to luminol the place. Again, that is not normal. No matter how
Nope.
you cut it, it's not normal. Right?
Nope. It's not. Neither is this.
So, um, the sheriff may have felt pressure to say that, uh, to, people get off their asses and, I get it. But no matter how many times you cut it, uh, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
it's not normal to go back to the house 5 or 6 times.
I agree.
I think they
Unless
definitely
something
felt
led to you.
pressure. Yeah, I agree. I mean, for them to go back there that many times, and then remember the other day when we were watching, and they all headed over there, FBI. They were talking to neighbors. They were going inside their houses. They were looking in that camper.
Mhm.
They were looking like out uh, past the yards. They wanted camera footage. Again, why? Justin, I've wondered if the routine for Nancy to go to Annie's on set is same, just me. Is this something that they normally did? Was this something that they did every week, every other week, once a month? Um, and again, I think it's bizarre that she would take an Uber over and then be driven back. I think a lot of that just is weird. I would never make my 84-year-old mother-in-law ride in an Uber to coming over dinner to play cards. Like, if you're coming over to have dinner and play games and stuff, I'm obviously
No.
going to come and get you. Have you, because people ride in Ubers and stuff all the time, but you're not comfortable like you would be with someone as a family member or a close friend, right? It's, you're using their service, you're paying them, but you're still not comfortable because they're still ultimately strangers. A taxi driver, an Uber, it just is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
Like, I would go get my mom. Yes.
well, yeah, she did have some drinks that night, but
But
again,
that was after. So
let's say she did have some drinks that night. Okay, she had some drinks that night.
that's more of a
You're not
reason
gonna
to
make
get
sure
her.
she gets in you're not gonna make sure she gets in her home okay? She gets
Exactly.
past the garage.
2 minutes.
I mean, if she did have some drinks, she's 84 years old with a pacemaker, walking with a cane.
2 minutes.
She's had some drinks. Like, let's make sure she's in there okay. So it's very, it all bothers me. It really does.
Mhm. Yeah. No, it bothers me too. And
You
the
know what I
2-minute
mean?
thing where how did she get in that fast? I don't know. With a cane and been drinking, and I don't know.
Right. Right. I mean, see what's going on here. I don't guess anything is right now. God bless JLR on this. In my opinion, guys, if you watch anybody live out there, I would go to JLR. He's the best out of anybody that's there live. He's going to give it to you straight, and he will outwork any of these people. Like, he's so thank you for dropping his link. Let me see here. Drop that right there as well. So, there's just a lot of hurry up and waiting.
Mhm.
And not the garage. Well, let's talk about that, Daphne. The other night,
Trump
they were
weighs in on
looking.
Nancy Guthrie disappearance aboard Air Force One.
Oh yeah, he's reading what Trump said earlier.
Hit
That's what
this
we read.
clip up here.
Mhm.
The other night when they were looking at the neighbors' cameras, what were they looking at?
I don't know. They look like they put some type of scanner or something up to them when they were up there on the ladder. So I don't know. It was strange. Like, why would they put it looked like a scanning device up next to the camera? Wouldn't they just take the footage from the
I don't know if
DVR
they were
or
doing
how?
something like that, but when were they looking?
Remember we had the photo up there of them standing on the ladder?
Chris McDonough says, I haven't left the house. Says a lot to me. I agree. War. I know what the sheriff says, but the FBI has not said that, have they? Have the FBI cleared?
No.
They've not
They have not cleared. Nope.
anyone. And well, the sheriff,
Nope.
a few days ago, he said we haven't cleared anybody, not even the family. The next
Yep.
day comes out
I
and
find
says,
it strange.
after he says that, then he comes out. I think it was pressure. I think it was pressure.
Well, think about it like this, because there was that text we heard allegedly between Savannah and the sheriff, right? That had come out. And that same day, he says nobody's been cleared earlier on. And then the next day, he says the family's been cleared. They're all victims in this, but not the FBI. So,
how long were they inside before the cops came? Well, that's a good question, because again, the sheriff screwed that up, because he said it was an hour before they called the cops, Tommaso and Annie. That was not true. It was like 7 or 8 minutes.
yep. So he screwed that up too.
I mean, how can this man bitch about misinformation whenever
When he's
he
putting
has
it out.
been, in my opinion, the biggest source of misinformation? Anytime there's a case like this, there is, people going every which direction, right? But this man, damn. Local cops are local, not FBI, correct? Well, I mean, there's a local FBI office. FBI is local technically everywhere you go. There's local FBI agents, but they also. Ooh, what's this? What's this, staff?
Yeah, the polygraph thing too is odd.
What's this thing you sent me? Missing endangered adult. 7 p.m. 1:31 7
Yeah,
p.m.
check this out. So this is really strange. So I guess it was Pima County, someone that's local, and this is what they received: a missing endangered adult on their phone. But read it. Report filed at 1/31/2026 at 7 p.m. And it shows an address of East Skyline Drive in Tucson. Like, that's not where she's at. She was at her house, I thought. So weird.
The Pima County Sheriff's Department is requesting your assistance in locating Nancy Guthrie, 84, who was last seen on the evening of January 31st, 2026 at her residence near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I know a lot of people have put this out. I think it's just a common area of the where she was last seen. You know what I mean? I think it's just the language used, but I know that a lot of people are saying that this is really weird.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, don't give the exact road and stuff. Now, report filed on 1/31 at 7 p.m., but she went
1:31 7 p.m. and she went missing
February 1st. Well, she was reported missing February 1st, around 11 something.
Now that's it. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
That is true. 1:31 7
She wasn't even home. She wasn't even home yet at 7 p.m. She was still at her daughter's house, eating dinner or whatever.
Maybe. Well, no, I was going to say maybe that's the last time she was seen. But
But it's
that is interesting.
yeah, because what's his face? Tommaso dropped her off at 9:48.
9:48.
Interesting.
Which to me, again,
Yeah.
9:48 seems a little late for an 84-year-old woman who's going to be in
Mhm.
church and has a thing the next day.
Mhm.
May not be, may not be, but you never know. Okay, let's look at this.
So what about the polygraphs too?
Oh,
That's weird. Here, I'm sending you this. Listen. So, huh?
I said, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I almost forgot, and then I just something reminded me to say it.
So
And
ABC
yes,
News says
somebody in the chat.
here,
Yes.
5:32 p.m. Nancy Guthrie took an Uber to her daughter's home for dinner. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos, aka Sheriff Doofy, said investigators have spoken with the Uber driver. He said, Uber driver is not a person of interest. By the way, 9:48 p.m. Nancy Guthrie was dropped off at her home by her family. It was actually Tommaso. Nano said her garage door opened at approximately 9:48 and her garage door closed at 9:50, he said. Investigators believe Guthrie was abducted in her sleep on February 1st. Mr. Sheriff Doofy. Hey, Yvette, good to see you, honey. Maybe the Uber driver told someone and they went back and abducted her. I know a lot of people Daphne gets tore up on that 2 minutes as well.
Yeah, I don't understand about the polygraphs either, you guys.
The 2 minutes isn't a huge deal for me. What's
I
a big deal
do.
for me is the timing of that and just
Yeah.
him driving her over. Like, first I would want to know, like, okay, I would be asking like Tommaso and Annie, tell me how your evening went, all of that. How did it wind down? To say, okay, it's time for me to go home. And when you have that conversation, right, it's usually planned. Either, no need for you to take an Uber, Ma, I'll take you. Right? Do you get what I'm saying, Daphne?
Yeah.
Okay. No need to take an Uber, Ma. I'll take you. Or that was either planned, you just come in an Uber, I'll take you back later tonight. Right?
Yes.
Where again, did Annie have a headache and say, I'm going to bed, or I need to put the kids down, or something, What was that conversation? Because I think that's going to be very important.
Were the kids even there?
Well, someone else
Might have
was
been
there
at the
because they were playing the game as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They were playing the game.
They were allegedly playing the game.
So,
Channel 12
and
News.
was it some of these people that played the game with her on January 30th? The same people that came over to play the game with them that night? At Annie's house? I don't know.
So Brian Enton tweeted out yesterday night, the polygraphs I'm reporting about were not today. And then Matt Flynn, he said that Sheriff Nanos tells me the polygraphs today are for new hires. he this mother this
Yeah.
guy.
So we heard about polygraphs in the beginning, right? That they gave
Mhm.
them like way early on.
Yes.
But the sheriff or nobody ever said anything about it.
Mhm.
Now he says it's for new hires. But don't they get polygraphed
Before.
prior? Like, isn't that a part of
Yes.
before they are actually hired?
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm.
Why? Why lie about it? Just don't say nothing,
I don't
dude.
know. I don't get
Um,
it. He acts sketchy, in my opinion. He acts really sketchy, especially talking about the lab in Florida. Just my observation.
he is sketchy, in my opinion.
When he was asked if it was closed, if the lab in Florida was closed, he got really antsy with that anchor that was asking him.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This was this.
Mhm.
Brian Enton also tweeted, I have learned polygraphs have been performed to clear people in the Nancy Guthrie case. Again, if they, from what I was told, and I think I was one of the first people to talk about this with someone that I'll just say knows the family. The polygraphs for the family was allegedly very, very, like you said, early on, right? And if it was so early on, why didn't they clear them then? From what I understand, polygraphs have been used throughout this entire case. I'm starting to think that Nancy was never dropped off. Masked man was at the front door, was staged. Everything was planned. Jillian, I mean, you're free to believe what you want, but I do believe Nancy made it home. I think that would be a whole lot of, in my opinion, conspiracy that she didn't make it home. And the reason is because her hearing aid was there, her phone was there, her heart monitor, uh, uh, what's the heart pacemaker,
Yeah.
stopped working there. Her blood was there.
Garage
and all
door
of that.
registered her.
Yeah. So I think the cartel would not kidnap an 84-year-old lady. I saw a report by a former FBI agent about the cartel. Yeah.
USB, yep.
The USB was apparently there too. The USB. What do you mean the USB?
Stuck in Google searches. It's prior with Tommaso go to the Olympics games. Was he going to the Olympics games too? I know that I heard something about that.
I would think
But
that
I don't know if that
I
was
would think that he was, but I don't know. You would think that he might go there because his sister-in-law was covering the Olympics and he's from Italy and maybe seeing family. Oh, guys, okay, we'll come back to this. Do you guys remember the Kayla girl, Kayla Noel? Everyone was saying that she was related.
Niece or something, yeah.
We couldn't find that, but wanted to show you this. I forgot to show you all this earlier. My beautiful daughter, Kayla Noel, life is full of struggle, but I know you're going to come out on top. I love you so much. 7 years ago, it was in 2019. And then someone put this. Let me see if I can pause this right here. This is that Kayla Noel girl. Ready to start over, small set back for major something. Stellar piercings. She's from Indiana, Hagerstown, Indiana. Born in 1993. Like, God, that's young.
Yeah, I know. I think she has her own piercing or tattoo place, or maybe works at one or something.
Mm-hmm. So what are y'all's thoughts on that?
I don't know. I still can't find proof if she's actually the niece or not. And
she's not, from what this says.
yeah,
This is Kayla's mom. She isn't a relative, according to that.
Now, what would be a connection, allegedly? Like, if these people were detained, right? We know they were detained. They have the Range Rover and evidence. What would be a connection? What would connect them to Nancy? Like, for instance, how would they meet? You know what I mean? How would they cross paths? Like, did they just run into her at the grocery store? Or does one of these people play that game that Nancy likes? Like, I don't, like, how would they find out about Nancy, and why would they, if allegedly, if they're connected in it, what would be the reason? I think something with that car dealership's going on, but just my opinion.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. I think there's something more to it. I think the names are very particular as well. The FBI did this what's it called, search warrant, all of that. Okay. The man recently, this is from Matt, and question in connection with the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping case is 37-year-old Luke Daly. His criminal defense attorney, Chris Shipley, who was represented him in multiple Pima County cases, told a local news station that Daly denies any involvement in the case. Daly has a criminal history in Arizona. He served 18 months in the Arizona Department of Corrections from 2019 to 2020. In 2022, he was convicted of rug distribution and sentenced to 4 years in probation by the Pima County judge. In early 2025, he was arrested by the how do you pronounce it?
Mariana?
Marine
I can't
Police
see
Department.
Yeah. Hold on, let me look.
For possession of all and a pew. The case is still pending, and he has not been convicted. He remains on probation despite the new charges. It is important to note that the woman arrested with him in 2025, Kayla, whom many people believe to be his girlfriend, is not a niece of Savannah Guthrie, nor is she related to anyone in the Guthrie family. And see, I pulled her background, and there was, I could find no connection whatsoever. When they said that she was related to the Guthries, I was like, maybe that's why I'm like, I couldn't even find it by marriage though.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember you saying that. I don't know why I forgot.
Yes, he would be in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you so
Has
much.
to be the vehicle. Has to be the stinking vehicles.
Thank you so much, Camille. Thank you for your logical coverage. I appreciate you.
And that person got
Which
really
the
mad.
vehicle was purchased, what, a week prior?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that person got mad about that too. When did Annie and Tommaso buy a new vehicle?
I don't know when they bought a new vehicle. I know when they sold their old vehicle.
And
That was
June 2025 when they bought the 2 houses. Usually when someone sells a vehicle, usually they buy a newer one, don't they? Or maybe they just trade it in.
Well, they didn't trade it in. They sold it to get the cash, you know.
Yeah, private. Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, you make more with private selling, right?
Yeah. I wonder who they sold it to.
Okay. The law firm can confirm that Luke Daly was the subject of 2 search warrants issued and served on February 13, 2026. He's got a background.
Mm-hmm.
A background. Daly and his mother, okay, this is it. Mr. Daly and his mother were both detained by law enforcement while the search warrants were being executed. Neither Mr. Daly nor his mother were arrested in connection to the case or any other. Mr. Daly has no link whatsoever to the Nancy Guthrie and has no information related to her kidnapping. Like the entire Tucson community, both Mr. Daly and his mother are hopeful that Nancy will be returned to her family unharmed.
Mm.
Is that the same person?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess with hair, I don't know.
Well, look at his eyes there.
Yeah, his eyes. No, it can't be. That's the electrician.
Yeah, that's the electrician guy.
It is, and he's the one that.
That's not the same person.
No, this guy's eyes are like dead eyes. Like, I don't know. Sorry, but they just look scary.
Is it true that searchers have info, one in March and one in December? Did she go to the same veterinary? Could be from there as well. They started to look at whom she was even in media clips. I don't know what you mean by that, my dear. Maybe they searched for money inside the house. That can explain the 41 minutes. Good question. We were talking about 2 minutes getting into the garage. Now 41 minutes. Think of 41 minutes. I'm sorry, Texas, honey. I hate it when that happens.
What?
What'd Robin say?
Said Brian just said they got another one?
Another what?
Letter? Hold on.
They got one this morning.
Yeah, but I thought we.
I mean, what is this guy wanting? Pen pals at this point? I mean, this is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, she's talking about earlier. Okay, I was like, did they just get another? Brian says, the latest from Pima Sheriff. This remains an active investigation as long as leads continue to come in. Investigators will continue to follow up on them. Currently, several hundred personnel are assigned to this case.
Yeah, we can talk about the letter this morning. Sure. Yep. Let me pull it up.
Heck of an update. I'll wait for yours.
What's that?
She said, heck of an update. I'll wait for yours. Because the sheriff, he never says anything.
Hold on. Someone's live right now. What's this?
Yeah, the electrician is. There's something about him. Oh, it's okay, Robin. It's okay. I was like, did he get another one?
No, there was one this morning.
Different.
Did Harvey talk about it?
I don't know. I just heard a very short. Give me a sec. He said he wasn't going to report anything else after this one.
That's what I thought. That's why I said, did they report on it? TMZ stated that they weren't going to give this guy and his letters any more attention, but they continue. That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. Just me. They said that they weren't going to talk about it, but then they talk about it.
Exactly.
The one this morning.
Oh, where's it at?
Nancy.
Gosh, they post a lot. Good grief.
Oh my God, yeah.
Lord.
Okay. Okay, so graphic and chilling. Oh God. I'm not buying that article. 1 second. These people. TMZ reports second letter demanding Bitcoin in exchange for name of Nancy Guthrie kidnapper. TMZ reported today that this afternoon that they had received a second email from a person. No, this is not. No, sorry. No, wrong one. Sorry. What the hell are they doing?
This is crazy. Here it is. I got it.
Okay.
I'll paste it. There we go.
I wonder when Savannah's going to come out and talk about it again.
No, wait. I grabbed. Hold on. Don't. Wait a minute. Why does it keep moving?
Yep. That. Well.
No, that's not. I grabbed it right.
Up, but
I thought I sent it earlier.
Did they post a video about it?
I thought they did. That's what I'm looking
Here
for.
it is. Well, it says 1 day ago. I don't know, but they did get a new letter. That is for sure.
I've never seen somebody post so much in my life.
They post a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Was it today or was it yesterday?
You know, right about now. I don't know. They get so many.
Okay. TMZ Harvey Levin, graphic and chilling Guthrie ransom note addresses media. TMZ founder Harvey Levin is shedding light on, quote, more graphic and chilling, end quote, details of the alleged ransom note the outlet has received regarding the abduction of Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie, the reward for which was over $200,000, both the FBI and private donors. Harvey says, honestly, I had to get somebody to help translate it for me, said Levin of the notice, which is, quote, a little more graphic and chilling than in the previous one. I think it's very clear that whoever's sending all of these notes to us, both the ransom notes and the people asking for the reward, they hear what's going on, they read what's going on, and this person specifically addressed the media coverage. The new letter, quote, involves a demand for a very different type of crypto than the Bitcoin, but roughly the same amount as the 6 million first sought. And they graphically describe the consequences if they're not paid, said Levin, who was advised by the FBI not to be specific about this. The way it works is that the money will automatically go into the account if certain things happen. And it actually involves the media too in terms of what the media puts out. But it is a very sophisticated way of doing it where one thing triggers another, said Levin. What the hell does that mean? It's beyond my level of knowledge, he says. The reference of consequences, he said, infers to, but does not confirm proof of life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just better off if.
And then
what kind of crypto?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't know you weren't done yet. I
Sorry, I was
apologize.
just, they'll write something and then they'll write, the 84-year-old, and do some.
Yeah.
So it says though Levin said the first ransom note has really captured authorities' ongoing attention, he clarifies that they're unsure of the note's legitimacy. They've forwarded to the FBI. He said, quote, I spoke to somebody in the FBI and they were more than happy for me to say this, which is if they are hoaxers to get the money from Guthrie's, this is a federal crime, end quote, said Levin. This is not playing. They're not playing games with this, rather.
Nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Drop my cat. What I find strange is
you dropped your cat?
My cat off my soda pop.
Oh.
They make them so hard to turn on. Not my cat, no. What I find strange is we were just talking about that like maybe 4 or 5 days ago. I'm like, why Bitcoin? why they keep saying Bitcoin, right? Why not another cryptocurrency? Now they're asking for another cryptocurrency. Don't you think that's strange? All these weird,
Yep.
riddles. Yeah, exactly, Deborah. That's the way it feels, like they're talking in riddles. And the sheriff too.
Maybe they're a poet.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Maybe the ransom poet.
Yes,
I
the
want
ransom poet.
your cryptocurrency to put it in my wallet. I know that was stupid. I can't do poetry. But seriously.
Miss Taff, you got anything else you want to talk about, my darling?
No, but I feel like I'm going legally insane from this case. How about you guys?
Well, the following video is Sheriff Doofy cleaning his room when he is off.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you so much, Sheriff. Appreciate you.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I can picture him too. And they'd be like, no, take it back the next day. I didn't clean my room.
I call him Sheriff Doofy because he's like Sheriff Doofy. He reports stuff and then he takes it back.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. Oh, Lord.
It's crazy.
So, it's poetry. Guys, I swear. Oh, I literally have a migraine from it. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. Really, really do appreciate you all very much. Thank you for your time. You guys are all rock stars.
Yes, you are rock stars all the way. Thank you so much. Thank you, Justin,
Step
for
away.
having
What
me.
the hell was that? That was an actual video of Sheriff Doofy.
Can you play it backwards?
You play that backwards. I'll work on it. I gotta have some laughs. It gets too much for me. It gets too much for me.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, mods, for hanging out. And thank you, everybody else, for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Every single one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. God bless you all. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Dav. Good night, everyone.
Good night.